The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital. Thank you for joining us on the Horse Talk Show presented by Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Thank you to Larson Farms, our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
I'm Louisa Barton.
I'm Dancing Pete Rhoda.
And we have got a great show lineup for you on the Horse Talk Show this week. We have Dr. Adam Kayott talking about winter issues and things that you would like to avoid have happen when it's getting colder, which it certainly has been this week. We also have Tevis Cup Endurance Race winners, Heather and Jeremy Reynolds, with us in the studio. And then we have a nice little chat with Alexis McCauley at Misty Morning Hounds at the Perry Plantation to talk about hunting, the season, and my experience this past Saturday, which was absolutely amazing. And we also are going to talk to Georgia from Good Apple Equine because she managed to clothe me very well, very quickly for the hunt because I didn't have a single thing. And then we'll have our usual tips with Pete and Neil from Ocala Dog Ranch, a Pat Myers tip, and some other event mentions to wrap the show up. We are live on Facebook on Tuesdays. We are on 97.3 The Sky on Saturday mornings. And we're on Equus Television several times a day, all week long. You can also find us on Odyssey.com, Pandora. We're on SoundCloud. We're on iHeart, iTunes, Spotify, you name it.
Facebook.
We're on it all, yes. We are going to switch it up now to Dr. Adam Kayott. Here he is. Louisa Barton for the Horse Talk Show and the CEP's Equine Initiative. I am here at HITS, or Horse Shows in the Sun, and we are visiting Dr. Adam Kayott at Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. They have a location here for the season, which is incredible. Dr. Kayott is on hand to help with any emergencies or even any routine concerns that you might have. But some of the things, Dr. Kayott, that we face during this strange weather for Florida, I didn't used to be cold here in the winter when I first moved to Florida. Now I'm several layers when it gets down a little bit cooler, like a big chicken. But it certainly is strange and different for Florida for us to have this extremely cold weather. Not so much in January, obviously we do have it, but the rapid down to the 30s and then we go back up to this beautiful sunny weather, which is certainly different for horses. And we've got horses coming in during show season like this from all different parts of the country where the weather is different. So lots of strange changes for horses and even for the local horses here. So share with us some of the things that you tend to see at this time of year and have to address.
Well, the most common thing that you see is going from summer, autumn grasses and things that horses eat to winter diet, right? So you have less grass that's being consumed, or the grass that's being consumed certainly is not as moist and doesn't have the water content that, and might even be brown and somewhat just dormant. And then you start feeding a lot of hay this time of year, and those all present challenges because what typically happens is that as the weather cools down, horses don't drink as much. They start being fed a drier feed stuff. And so that leads to an excess dryness of their feed, which predisposes them to issues of colic. Colic is, the main thing that we see during the cold weather months. And a lot of that has to do with, one, horses drink less because sometimes they're prima donnas and they don't want to stick their noses in cold water, which happens all the time. So they don't drink as much. Obviously, they aren't as expending as much sweating and that sort of thing. So they aren't going through fluid or losing fluids from their body as much. But then on top of that, you're fed drier feed stuff. So as that dries out, then it's more likely to become impacted and will, impaction colics are, synonymous with cold weather. Typically, those aren't your necessarily violent colics, and a lot of times they're not surgical colics. You can treat them medically and they do fine, but the horse that has those sorts of things are, you'll see them laying down more than normal. They'll just seem kind of blah, won't necessarily run a fever, but they'll just seem kind of not doing right kind of thing. And so really, really typical to see. And down here, I mean, a lot of horses that are here during this time of year have been body clipped for shows, so they don't have their long winter coats, and they will get cold, and they'll, you can see them shiver and that sort of thing, because I've had calls in the past and my horse is out there shaking, and I've never seen him do that before. Well, they're cold and they're shivering, and when it gets wet and rains, and it's man, they say it's supposed to be tonight and tomorrow, in the 40s, and they get wet, then they tend to have a tendency to get really cold. So, make sure you have your blankets and that sort of thing, and try to keep them warm. But those are the typical things that we see. Certainly, when you're inside more, you might not be turned out as much because of the cold. Horses are concentrated in an area in the stable. They're more likely to share bugs between each one another. You might tend to see more coughs, more coughing, and that sort of thing that ends up happening. So those sorts of things are things that are very common to see.
And what we tend to try to recommend to people is, if you're, and I think Pete and I mentioned this on the last show, if your horse is not used to having a lot of hay, and you're thinking, I'm being so kind, doubling the hay for the horse because it's cold. Right. And obviously eating the hay does warm the body up. Mm-hmm. So that is a good thing, but we never recommend doubling hay or increasing hay rapidly, only introducing it slowly, mm-hmm. and certainly not going and dumping a new bale of coastal out in the middle of your field that the horses aren't used to eating, and you think, oh, I'm helping them keep warm, but they've already decreased in the amount of water that they're drinking, and now you're giving a lot more dry hay, as you mm-hmm. mentioned, and that can cause a bad situation. So introducing everything gradually is really important. And something you've mentioned in prior interviews is increasing salt in the feed to help make them thirstier.
Stimulate them to drink.
Because that will help them keep drinking mm-hmm. when they don't feel like it. And then obviously if you're up north, making sure you don't have frozen water troughs is important, right? That's
all that stuff.
That's a big thing. And then also, one of the things I always recommend to people is keep your water source as clean as possible, because you don't want a horse to have any excuse not to drink.
Right.
You want it to be as appealing as possible to the horse.
Sure.
So I think that really helps. And even adding some warm water in a trough can help horses if they're like, it's too cold for me.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Well, when I lived in Ohio, we did that all the time. Number one, it kept it from freezing, mm-hmm. so you don't have to go out and smash it 3 times a day, mm-hmm. and then it being warmer, they're more likely to drink it. But anytime you change your or have a feeding plan for your horse, you should do it gradually. A lot, and still a lot of times, the most common thing that occurs before I see a horse for an impaction colic is, we just got a brand new round bale and we put it out there, and they love it. And you'll have the pigs out there that just stick their head that stick their head in the round bale and barely come up for air, and they eat it all day long. 3 days later, they're colicking.
Yeah.
So you always want to do that gradually, and you want to introduce that sort of thing gradually, even if they've been on whatever feed stuff's in that round bale, if they've been on coastal or whatever it is. Previously, they typically don't have it free choice, and so you need to be aware of that.
Yeah, those all make sense. All great tips for this cooler weather that we're having, but it certainly is my favorite weather today. This is gorgeous. We've got blue skies and lovely temps today, so we're grateful for that. Thank you, Dr. Kayot.
You're welcome.
Louisa Barton here for the Horse Talk Show and the CEP's Equine Initiative with Dr. Adam Kayot. The team of professionals at Equifence of Florida specialize in equestrian fencing, offering great communication, quality fencing, and all done in a timely manner. Reliable service with horse safety in mind all the time. Also offering customized residential, vinyl, wood, aluminium, and chain link fences services. Equifence of Florida, quality fencing done right to keep your animals safe. For more information, find Equifence of Florida on Facebook now. The Larson family has been farming hay in Idaho for generations, with a mission to always provide high-quality hay products at a fair and reasonable price. Larson Hay loves to meet new customers while always honoring the ones they already have. Find Larson Hay on the web at larsonhay.com, like them on Facebook, and definitely visit one of their locations. Larson Hay, Idaho's finest alfalfa, and our television broadcast sponsor. Grateful for the foundation of excellence laid over 40 years ago by their founders, Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care continues to provide excellence in ambulatory and emergency care, surgery, internal medicine and sports medicine, with a lab and pharmacy, as well as the best in reproductive services at their Advanced Facility Centre in Summerfield. For more information, find them at petersonsmith.com or like them on Facebook now.
Love presents itself in so many ways. It can be difficult to describe the bond between human and horse because it really transcends words. As we prepare for each ride, the most important thing in our mind is our horse's health and safety. Are we playing our part in this remarkable relationship? We want to go to sleep every night knowing that we did everything in our power to preserve this special bond. Piranha Animal Health, for the love of the horse.
Faulty wiring is the leading cause of barn fires, and equine facilities have special electrical needs. The knowledgeable and licensed team of electricians at Pat Myers Electric will ensure you can achieve your vision for a safe and functional horse facility. For new builds, rewires, and updating, Pat Myers Electric team is ready to jump in and help keep your horses safe. With a farm of our own, we know you cannot take chances. For all your current barn needs, go to patmyerselectric.com.
Ocala Dog Ranch offers a variety of services for your dog, including agility training, barn hunt training, board and train, boarding long and short term, daycare, day training, dock diving training and competitions, disc dog, swimming lessons and pool rentals, lure coursing and obedience training classes. Check out Ocala Dog Ranch at ocaladogranch.com. Ocala Dog Ranch is your home away from home for your dog and more. The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital.
Hi, this is Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the Horse Talk Show presented by Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Thank you to Larson Farms, our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
I'm Louisa Barton.
I'm Dancing Pete Rhoda.
And we have our friends back in the studio that haven't been in for a bit. I always love it when I get the text from Heather Reynolds saying, hey, can we come in and be on the show? I say, heck yes, you can. Of course you can. I love having you guys with us. It's so nice to have you back. Heather and Jeremy Reynolds, top endurance riders. Very exciting. Thanks are going to share a little bit to start with about what is endurance racing.
You want to share?
I'm shy today. No, it's fun with your horse for an extended period of time. We usually do anywhere from 25 to 100 miles in a day.
Yeah, one day, one horse.
That's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's veterinary inspections about every 15 miles or so. And there's certain set criteria the horse has to always pass to be able to continue. And at those checkpoints, there's a mandatory amount of time that you stay there. So when you arrive to that checkpoint, usually your horse, they'll set a heart rate number that your horse must recover below that number. And when it does recover to that number, which is usually 64 on the East Coast, then your time begins. So if it's a half an hour stop, you come in, you get your horse to recover to 64 beats a minute or lower, and then your half an hour would begin. So there's some strategy there.
That's nice. So the well-being of the horse is obviously a priority. It's not just, I'm going to go out there and ride and however many miles and to win. It is all about the horse being well enough to do it and healthy enough to do it.
For sure. Yeah, and they check things like hydration and soundness, surface factors, like if the horse fell down and has some cuts and it's deemed that it's not comfortable enough to continue, saddle sores.
Yeah, and hydration and
all the important things.
Gut sounds. And the cool thing is, or the interesting thing is that the criteria is identical at the finish line. So if you're trying to race, you have to be mindful that you still have to recover, you still have to be sound. It's the same
at the end as it is throughout the entire ride. No matter how long it is, you've got to pass the check.
Yeah, so if you're carelessly just racing and you cross the finish line in first, you could easily get disqualified at the finish line if the heart rate's too high or if he's limping. Yeah.
And you've told us that you use that for your strategy because you know your horse will recover and you speed up the field.
Yeah, Sure, yeah, we wear them down a little bit, and the ultimate goal is to have the horses comfortable and having as much fun as you are. So
it's important to know your horse as well.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
I mean, that really is key. You're more likely to win or do well, excel in the sport if you know your horse really well, because then you know that what they can take, how much they can take, and how well they'll recover from it. So that's important.
Yeah. And it's a great way to spend a lot of time with your horse and to get to know him more and see beautiful areas that you normally wouldn't because there's aid along the way, and to keep them
So
safe.
if you had a odometer on your riding or on your butt, how many miles have you done doing all the
that would be
endurance?
Does that include,
Yeah,
does that include
endurance,
training or training too?
training
like everything?
and-
Well, competition,
Oh my gosh.
I think I'm getting close to 20,000 competition miles, and Heather's
Getting close to 30.
30.
So
Yeah.
at least triple that in training.
Yeah.
At least, maybe.
Because we run a training barn, so we're like 35 miles, 25 to 35 miles a day
Just for
amongst a
training.
few horses. Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Wow.
that'd be a high mileage car.
That would
Yeah.
be so interesting to know, wouldn't it? You know, it's funny you brought that up because I thought about this several times. The horse that I had for over 28 years, he and I rode, I don't even know how many miles together, because he used to be he was a Tennessee walker. He could just go for hours. I could be out for 5, 6, 7 hours and he was ready to go again. I have no idea how many miles I ever rode on him, but what a great question.
Yeah.
It would be thousands and thousands,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You guys, my
Need to
goodness.
invent that on your saddle that flips.
Oh my gosh, every time.
The odometer.
Well, more like
flips,
how many
yeah.
saddles have we gone
Yeah,
through
we
too?
wear, we
wear
have
out
to pick
saddles.
saddles now, it's like, is the saddle gonna last the test of time for sure?
Yeah,
It gets a
that's
little pricey
That's
replacing
actually, I was going to
saddles.
say, yeah,
Yeah.
that's another expense, right? So talk about training at home. So you're farming Dunellen, you're training, so you're riding that many miles every day. You've got, 15 horses or so at the farm, so you've got to, between you, ride all of them every day, right?
No, so we do like 1 day of work, 1 day of walking. So a horse will do anywhere from 30 to 40 miles a week on their back, and then probably 40-ish miles walking on the walker.
Oh, good. Okay, so you have a way of keeping them fit too, which is good, and it gives them a change in pace and different muscles and exercise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we
that's
usually
good.
ride probably three
3 to 4
three to
times a
four
day.
groups of horses a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of riding, isn't it?
It's fun.
It is
You
fun.
love it though, right?
Yeah,
Because it's your
absolutely.
passion.
Yeah.
How did you two meet? I don't know if I've ever asked you that
At,
question.
at my second endurance ride. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was a multi-day, a 5-day, 50 miles a day for 5 days endurance ride in Nevada.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Oh, it was in 2001.
So you both had exactly the same
24.
passion and both loved it, and that's how you met.
Somebody
Yeah.
call you and say, are you looking for a boyfriend?
No, the horse that I had brought the very first day tied up, and then I was using a friend's horse, and I rode him 2 more days. So after day 3, he was tired, and I really wanted to meet Jeremy, and he was with a friend of mine that was at the race. So I went over and just kind of told her, hey, I'm going to be going home because I don't have a horse anymore, and okay, bye. And oh well. So I go sit down, and it's the awards for the night, and all of a sudden he hands me this card, because every day at those multi-day rides you have an index card and you write down like Heather riding Dustbuster, and you turn it in so that the next day they know who's entered, because you could switch. You could either ride individual days or all 5 days on the same horse. So he hands me a card. He goes, this is our horse for tomorrow. I was like, yes.
Way to go,
Ride.
Mary.
First step. Let's go ride
So
50
then I
miles
got to
together.
ride the extra horse in his group that he had been training for someone for the next 2 days. So we rode together for 2 days of
Good
that
way
ride.
to win her over,
Yeah.
Jeremy. Well done.
Yeah, that's a way
Nothing
to-
like saying,
Yeah.
here,
Let's go on the
ride this
first
horse.
date.
Yeah.
Let's
It was
go
very
ride.
casual.
Let's go ride 50 miles and get
Yeah.
to know each other. Yeah.
Here's your
Well,
horse for
and
tomorrow.
wow, you did a good job. Or
Yeah, that's awesome. So tell us, switch gears a little bit. Tell us about Romania.
So there was a Young Rider World Championship this summer in Romania, and I was asked to be the chef to keep. So I was in charge of managing the team. I mean, there's a manager from USEF, and then there's a team veterinarian, and then I'm supposed to help the riders with their pacing and troubleshoot and help them achieve their goal. And we finished a team, so that was very exciting. 4 of our 5 riders finished, and all the horses flew from the U.S. to Romania.
Wow,
So
that's
that was
quite a trip.
That was a big deal. It was very exciting.
How
Yeah.
awesome. So you were kind of their leader. You were in charge.
Like the sub leader. I'd say the USEF representative of the USEF staff, Nicole Zerby, is amazing, and she really did the heavy hitting. So I got to come in and just help with the kids. It was just really fun.
And what age were they?
Young riders, and now I could have this totally wrong, but I believe that they're from 14 to 21.
Yeah.
I think that's the age. I know 21's the cutoff. The year that you turn 21 is the last possible year you can compete as a young rider.
How great. So young riders are getting into the sport.
Yeah.
Loving it.
Yeah, they have their own division and they have their own world championship. And
Yeah, it was kind of fun because half of the riders on the team were from California in a stable that I used to help. I used to shoe for. So it was really
we were really familiar
fun.
with those kids.
Yeah.
And I knew all the kids, which was really fun because I've just seen them from both coasts.
How awesome.
So that was a fun thing. And it was a very last minute request that I become the chef. So that was
you
fun.
were the right person for that.
That was
So is the endurance community really small that everybody knows everybody, or?
Not necessarily. I mean, it's probably uncommon from someone from each coast to know, unless they travel like we do, which there's only one other couple that I know that travels like we do. Coast to coast, east to west rather than north to south.
So there's a few thousand endurance riders in the U.S. and then in Europe it's really popular. So.
There has to be a huge upheaval with horses and all of that going all across the states.
Yeah.
Must be so fun though. You love it, don't you?
It is a traveling circus.
It is. Well, you've added a cat, right?
Yeah, a little tiny kitten.
Yeah, tiny
Sparrow.
Tiny kitten.
Sparrow.
Yeah.
Because you need more to do, right?
Yeah.
It's great. No, but when you love it and you have a passion for horses, for animals, isn't that just, that's awesome, isn't it? It's like what you do.
And it's free entertainment.
Yeah, that's right.
Another co-pilot. Lap.
That's right. And
You sat on my lap the whole way back from Texas.
What I love I love talking to you guys and having you on the show because you can see the passion and light in your eyes when you talk about what you do, and I think that's what makes it extra special, right?
That's what makes it never get dull.
That's right.
Yeah.
We have to go to break, but the good news is we have Heather and Jeremy with us for another segment, and we're going to talk about Tevis. So stay with us.
This show is brought to you in part by Seminole Feed Stores, family owned since 1934, manufacturing fixed formula horse feeds with mindful monitoring and quality ingredients right here in Ocala in an all-natural, non-medicated feed mill. Seminole Feed, simply the world's best and safest feed. Like them on Facebook now or find them at SeminoleFeed.com.
We're a unique, tough breed. We work long, hard hours making sure your horses are healthy and properly shod because, well, we farriers know horses perform better when they're properly shod and healthy. You want quality horse products, supplements, and farrier supplies at affordable prices, and you won't settle for anything less.
TT Distributors is dedicated to quality horse products, supplements, and farrier supplies at affordable prices. Racehorse or a pasture pony, TT Distributors has what you need. 7715 West Highway 40, Ocala.
Equine Therapy International offers state-of-the-art equipment to enhance your horse's performance, fitness, strength, and rehabilitation with hand-picked and proven range of products, including PEMF and massage therapy rugs, leg wraps, boots, pads, and lasers, equine water treadmills, cold salt water spas, combi floors, dry treadmills, solariums, nebulizers, and more. For more information, go to equinetherapyint.com or find them on social media. Repair, perform, and recover with Equine Therapy International. Grateful for the foundation of excellence laid over 40 years ago by their founders, Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care continues to provide excellence in ambulatory and emergency care, surgery, internal medicine and sports medicine with a lab and pharmacy, as well as the best in reproductive services at their Advanced Facility Centre in Summerfield. For more information, find them at petersonsmith.com or like them on Facebook now. The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital.
Hey, this is Buck Branneman. You're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the Horse Talk Show, presented by Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care. Thank you to Larson Farms, our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
I'm Louisa Barton.
I'm Dancing Pete Rhoda.
And we have the Reynolds family here with us in the studio, Heather and Jeremy. And we are going to talk a little bit about Tevis Cup. If you were with us for the prior segment, then you heard a little bit about endurance racing. And they are some of the best in the world, in my opinion.
So we'll start it off with, what is the Tevis Cup?
It is the granddaddy of endurance. It's
It
what
is.
started the sport in 1952.
Wow.
And it's a race from Truckee next to Lake Tahoe in California, and finishes in Auburn, California, which is the original state capital. And it goes over the Sierras, following an old Indian route, and then it switched, and then it turned into a mining route, and now it's a horse route. So.
And
And
it's
a running
100
route.
miles.
Yeah, 100 miles.
100 miles in a day, which just is mind-blowing.
And your very first hill of the day, you climb up an Olympic ski mountain where they had the Olympics, Squaw Valley. Now it's called the Palisades.
Yeah.
And it's a giant climb just from the bottom of their parking lot of the ski area all the way to the top. That's hill climb number 1.
So who won it this year?
Well, we tied, but they don't allow ties.
So Heather,
So Jeremy allowed my horse to be the ultimate winner.
I was being a gentleman.
He was, and it was like our best date night ever.
It was.
It was so much fun.
So you crossed the finish line together.
Holding hands.
Yeah,
Holding hands.
we did
Yes.
the last 20.
To signify the tie, even though they don't allow it, just to say, hey, we wanted to tie. Yeah, here we are.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just think that is...
Yeah, and there's the 2. And his mare, the bay there on the left, has already won it twice before. So this is like her 3rd win of this. And she's also won the
I think
Hagen
there was
Cup.
like a whisker, like a horse whisker
Yeah.
that you won. How wonderful. And you've done this ride together many, many times.
Yeah.
But you usually don't come in at the same
So
time,
we have
right?
never once managed to finish together in any position at all.
Yeah.
Never.
Did they like that you guys came in together? Or?
I mean, yeah, I think
So
I
cool.
think they liked it, but
other than you had to pick somebody.
yeah, you had to pick
Yeah.
someone. Yeah, and when we'd finish, because there's an official finish line not in that stadium, like up where it's a little darker. And when we crossed, the guy came over and said, "Which one of you won?" It's like, Jeremy's like, "She did." Yeah, so
Aw. That's just, what a wonderful experience. So that has to be a very challenging 100 miles, right?
it's incredibly
extreme.
challenging. And 50% on a normal paced endeavor, 50% would complete. So to have 2 trying to go for the win, your odds go, probably to 30%, because you're taking a little more risk than
Right.
someone that's just going through. So for us to be able to finish side by side was just incredibly special.
And were you together the whole way, or did you get
We
separated?
have different
and then back
racing
together?
strategies, and that matches kind of how our horses go. But the last 20, 30, actually close to 30 miles, we were together. And then the last 18, we didn't have any competition left with us.
We
And
were totally alone. Oh, not
yeah.
an 18, like
Yeah, but
from...
the river,
Yeah.
6. Yeah, that's close
Yeah,
enough.
close enough.
22.
And that was just weird, because then it became like date night, because we're just going along, and it felt like a training ride. It was so bizarre.
Yeah, we say date night because pretty frequently we go out when it's a full moon and
We'll just saddle up.
we'll just
Let's
saddle
go.
up. Let's go
Yeah.
ride, and so we got to do that.
Yeah.
So what do you guys talk about during the race? Like, you have people like, what are you guys talking about?
Talking about what we're going to have for dinner in a week from now.
Yeah.
Got the new kitten.
Yeah, the kitten's awfully cute. We hadn't met the kitten yet.
No, we had a pretty in-depth talk on this one, and
Yeah.
there was some tears shed and
Yeah.
joy and happiness.
Yeah.
So
It was pretty
It was
amazing.
really
Good
fun.
things.
Yeah.
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 So how many people usually compete in the tennis cup?
And we're average like 150, but there's been as many as like 250.
Yeah, 250 is the cutoff. And then there are a few years where it was a little bit lower than normal. But yeah, probably normal is 125 to 150.
So everybody starts together, or
Yeah, it's a mass start at 5:15.
it's like watching the Boston race, and
Yes,
everybody
Boston
starts
Marathon.
off marathon, and then
And
they take off.
they've made it a little better now. They have a thing that you apply for, which is Pen 1, which is the top 60 horses ranked off of their racing records, basically, for the last year and a half or 2 years. Last
Yeah,
two
it's a-
seasons.
yeah.
They'll pull up all of them and average it out. So the top 60 get a warm up in one space. Because it used to be you had to go to the start line and just park, because it's only wide enough for a Jeep road. So once you got there, you just held your spot. You couldn't warm up at all.
Yeah, so people get there real
Yeah,
early.
so you get there an hour early and just stand there. That's not good for the horses. So we have this warm up area now for Group 1, and then the rest of the group, they take Group 1 out down all the way down to the start walking, and then Group 2 files in right behind. And basically, if the timing is right, you don't stop for more than a minute or two at the line, and then they say go. So
How
you've
exciting.
kind of already positioned yourself ahead of time and gotten to warm up now the way that they have it set
So
up.
before, you might be in the back of the line and have to work your way all the way up.
Yeah.
I've started in Group 2 before because the horse that I was on
Wasn't
didn't make it, and it took me about 15 minutes of some pretty intense ducking and weaving to catch up to him.
And so along the way, again, stops to check the horse is fine.
Same thing.
Only carry on, obviously, if the horse is fine.
Yes.
And then there are times you even get off and walk, right? Sometimes.
Yeah,
you
we
haven't.
He gets off and runs in the canyons.
Yeah.
There's some pretty extreme
I run
elevation.
down the canyons and then hike out. Yeah. But and because it's so remote, it's more set up like kind of like running races.
Oh, that's our foal that we got this year.
Where they have
with treasure.
Where they have tables set up with food and stuff and a lot of aid because you can't have your crew there. So, and there's a lot of volunteers, like something like 1,500 volunteers help out at the race day.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's really fun.
And you take clients' horses and you will train clients' horses for this sort of thing. Yeah. And you also have clients who can ride your horses.
Yeah, so
right?
we leased a few for this race. We had a lady from Italy and 2 ladies from England come and ride. And then we had some clients riding their own horse that we had trained and prepared for them.
Nice.
And then our 2 horses.
So you can train the person's horse, you can train the person.
Yeah.
You can exercise people's horses for them in preparation. You can help people
and we
learn all about it.
And we hold some clinics.
Hold clinics.
Yeah, pretty much we're open to any sort of, let's get you doing endurance.
Yeah.
And however we can help you get there.
I'd probably jump right in if I wasn't.
It's pretty fun.
How many people get saddle sores from doing this?
Well, we won't talk about that. But our Italian rider had come for the 2nd year in a row, and this year she came in 11th on our horse.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What an experience
What a
for
great
her.
sport.
Yeah.
It's so exciting. How incredible to you guys to cross the finish line together like that. I just love that.
Yeah.
When I saw that on social media, I went, oh.
Yeah, when we were coming in, it kept making me cry, so hopefully I don't do that. But when we were coming in, I'm like, well, how are we going to decide this? And he goes, I want you to win because you're my best friend. Like that was I know. It's like, oh, yeah. It still makes me like, oh. So nice.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Jeremy, see, now I'm on that stuff.
I'm well enough.
I feel like we need the
I
music,
shouldn't
the
have
Toy
said it.
Story theme song.
I know. I shouldn't have said it, but that's how it went. Yeah.
Well, I think it's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
we love you guys. We're so proud of you and just what you continue to do for the sport and the way you show up for the sport and promote it is just awesome. And we just love you guys. So well done.
Well, thank you.
And we've got some
Thank
gifts
you.
for you.
Okay.
So this has to go on all your travels with
Right.
you.
Oh, good. This is what
Dandy
you're asking for
brush
today.
from
Yes.
TT
He-
Distributors.
He was
a good
asking
one.
for this
I
today.
want a stiff
nice
brush
logo.
Yeah.
because all the stiff ones disappeared
We call
for
it
some
a
reason.
dandy
so-
brush.
Yes, yes.
It's a dandy brush.
Yeah, you called
and
it a dandy
that's
brush earlier today.
That's a really good one.
You did, because he wants to fluff the coats. And we're normally
There you
bathing,
go.
but it's too cold.
It's
so.
too cold, so
Yes,
yeah.
that's perfect, right?
Yeah.
Thank
well,
you.
Yeah.
Well, then Heather needs one as well.
yeah.
So there you go. You
Here we
can both
go.
Have one.
Oh
And then
my
I'm going to
gosh.
get you a big tub of this KWell USA product. This is the Red Repel. This is the summer source stuff. It's amazing. And I'm going to give you the brochure with all the other things they have.
awesome.
They have amazing natural products that are incredible.
That is
And
cool.
I'll get you some bigger tubs. I should have brought you some bigger tubs.
That'd be fun to
And then
try.
We have our good little goody piranha bags that we
piranha
like to
are the
give you.
best.
The best fly spray in the world.
It is the most.
The only thing that really gets them gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're nice, small, easy to travel with you size.
Yeah, the travel size
great
ones.
products
That's so
in there.
cool.
So goodies for you guys.
So much fun.
And I'm so excited, and just keep following your adventures and find Heather and Jeremy Reynolds and follow them. And listen, if you want to learn how to do endurance, there are no better people in the world to learn from. They'll get you to the top. They'll get you to the competitions, and we love you guys. Well done.
Well, thank
Congratulations.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We'll be back after this. Stay with us on the Horse Talk Show. At Larson Hay, your hay is weighed, so you know you're getting what you pay for. Larson Hay, Idaho's finest alfalfa. Grateful for the foundation of excellence laid over 40 years ago by their founders, Peterson Smith Equine Hospital and Complete Care continues to provide excellence in ambulatory and emergency care, surgery, internal medicine and sports medicine with a lab and pharmacy, as well as the best in reproductive services at their Advanced Facility Centre in Summerfield. For more information, find them at petersonsmith.com or like them on Facebook now.
Faulty wiring is the leading cause of barn fires, and equine facilities have special electrical needs. The knowledgeable and licensed team of electricians at Pat Myers Electric will ensure you can achieve your vision for a safe and functional horse facility. For new builds, rewires, and updating, Pat Myers Electric team is ready to jump in and help keep your horses safe. With a farm of our own, we know you cannot take chances. For all your current barn needs, go to patmyerselectric.com.
The Larson family has been farming hay in Idaho for generations with a mission to always provide high-quality hay products at a fair and reasonable price. Larson Hay loves to meet new customers while always honoring the ones they already have. Find Larson Hay on the web at larsonhay.com, like them on Facebook, and definitely visit one of their locations. Larson Hay, Idaho's finest alfalfa, and our television broadcast sponsor. It's time to fight back against summer sores with K-Well's Red Repel, healing and soothing, a lava-slaying ointment of justice, powered by zinc and nature's sass. Safe for all horses, even drama queens, gentle enough for the face. Your horse deserves skincare too, long-lasting and non-toxic. A bonus, buy a copper curry brush or Red Repel and receive a free in-store K-Well sample of your choice in Ocala at Seminole Feed Stores, TD Distributors and OBS. Discover more at kwellusa.com. K-Well, strength by nature.
Welcome back to the Horse Talk Show. She's got the gift of the gab, and her guests are fab. Presented by Palm Chevrolet, your hometown Chevy experience.
The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital.
I'm Tick Maynard, and you're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the second half of the Horse Talk Show, presented by Palm Chevrolet.
Your hometown Chevy experience.
Thank you to Larson Farms, our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
I'm Louisa Barton.
I'm Dancing Pete Rhoda.
And I had an amazing experience this past Saturday. I want to share a little bit with you. I want to say a few thanks to a few people. First of all, I want to say thank you very much to Barbara Dawson from Unbridled Horse Capital. She was at the Misty Morning Hounds hunt, and she recorded much of the footage that is in this interview coming up. So I want to thank her very much. Check her out. I also want to thank Georgia from Good Apple Equine. Not only am I clothed by her because I didn't have any gear for hunting, but also she rode in the tally-ho wagon and filmed and took photos with my phone for me as well. And I want to say thank you so much to Alexis, who I'll interviewing, who had me there for the day as a guest, and that I got to ride Brewster, who's certainly the biggest horse I've ever ridden any distance. And it was such a great experience, and I made a lot of new friends and wonderful folks that we were riding with. So we are going to take it now to Alexis, and you're going to hear a little bit about Misty Morning Hounds. Louisa Barton here for the Horse Talk Show and the Equus Television Network. I'm visiting with Alexis here at Misty Morning Hounds. And first of all, before we start, I just want to do a shout out for Georgia at Good Apple Equine. I had no attire for fox hunting yesterday, and today I do. And that's because you can go in there and get name brand beautiful items that look like they were not even worn, and you can look absolutely the part. I got my stock tie, my jacket, and my breeches all in one go. It was wonderful, amazing service, all name brand, all lovely items, so that I could come here and fit in with you.
That's right.
Alexis, today has honestly, coming back, today I had tears in my eyes because it took me back to a childhood that I loved, back when I fox hunted in England. And you just put me on a horse that I just meshed with. We just had this little like moment where it was like, oh, I'm back in my world. And Misty Morning Hounds is just so authentic and real. And it doesn't matter whether you're in this house looking around you or you're out there with the horses. It's so very English. And it just made me feel like at home.
Yep.
And it was such an amazing experience. No matter what level of rider you are, you should be out here with your horse.
Yeah. We get all different types of riders, all different kinds of horses, but it's the hunting that unites everybody. And a lot of people are intimidated at first because, they see the red coats and they think it's all going to be snobby and all, but it's just tradition. And the red coats signify our staff or longtime members. And we still had we had a member here today that was my very first staff member. And it was just wonderful. It was a wonderful reunion, and there's nothing about fox. There's just something about fox hunting that brings you so in tune with nature and your horse, and it's a whole heartwarming experience.
It really was, especially for me. I mean, I had many years growing up, probably from about the age of about 6 or 7 to probably about 15 or 16, if I remember correctly. I was at all the meets in the season, and I had naughty ponies back in the day, of course, because, you know, back then we had naughty ponies. And I learned to ride at the fox hunts. I mean, that's where I learned to hang on for dear life and go over things. But you know what was really a neat experience for me is being able to choose what level I was in today and go in kind of with the beginners or newer, younger, more novice horses, and be able to do what I was ready for. And honestly, by the end, I was like, oh, I can go up a level now.
Yeah.
I felt like very ready, like I felt very comfortable and at ease, and everybody was unstressed and relaxed, and there were stops where you could rest, and it was just honestly, like I said,
refreshments along the way.
Yes, yeah, refreshments. But I honestly have to tell you that, like, I'm not exaggerating. When I was coming back on Brewster, I was tearing up because I actually felt at home.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear that.
I've been in America more years than I actually want to admit. I came here with my parents, but really that experience to me was like home.
Yeah. Well, once it gets in your blood, it's hard to get it out. And you've been away from it for
long time,
a number of years.
Yes, a few will say.
I mean, I fox hunted as a kid, but only just like once or twice a year. And I was probably from the age of about 10 up to 16, but just occasionally. And we just like to make it available to all people, you know.
So I say all breeds and all disciplines,
it's,
right?
It's
so today I saw all breeds and all disciplines. I was on a draft horse with some Belgian, I think. I saw other people on Mustangs, show horses, you name it. I've seen everything today, right? The quarter horses. There was some dressage people out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there really isn't any discipline or breed that's not welcome, right?
No, anybody can do it. The horses, you know, as long as they're quiet, the hounds rule out there, so they just have to be safe around the hounds, or they really shouldn't be near the hounds if there's a question.
Yeah.
Any level of rider, like you said, we have 3 different groups of riders. And then if you don't ride at all, there's the tally-ho wagons.
That's right.
I mean, a lot of your friends that don't ride, they can come out and they had a fabulous time in the tally-ho wagon.
They did indeed.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no doubt about that. That was fun. And if you've got a young horse someone's riding for you, like Georgia had Darcy out there with Sydney today, you can actually ride in the tally-ho wagon and see your horse in action.
Exactly.
So that's perfect, right?
Yep, it is. Yep.
Well, it was an amazing experience today. I think Misty Morning Hounds needs to be extremely well publicized everywhere, especially in the horse capital of the world. And a lot of our endurance riders and show jumpers and dressage riders and all of that,
they need to get out of the ring and get here.
Yes.
And the other thing is, I want to say about the kids that come out, you know, it's such a healthy thing. They're getting exercise, they're helping their friends with their ponies, and if they fall off, they help each other up, and then you know, it gets them out in nature, seeing the cobwebs and the tracks of wild animals and things like that, where, you know, their friends are all on their phones and iPads, and we need to get the kids out here.
Do you know, I haven't looked at my text messages since 7 a.m. I don't even know what time it is, and I feel fully recharged. The endorphins are just pumping, and it's just being around horses, horse people, being out in the country, being in a home that is this beautiful.
Thank you.
And being around like-minded people who just love horses and want to see them grow.
And it's also one of the cheapest horse sports. People get the wrong impression because of
we're
the
fancy
dress,
schmancy, and we're not.
The formal dress.
Right.
But I mean, like we go out about 35 times a season. We hunt mid-October through mid-March. And when you do the membership, it averages out to like $35, I think, a ride, or maybe even a little less. I hadn't
I was gonna
calculated
say,
it out. So,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you go to a horse show, you can drop that much
Oh,
in a
you'll
weekend.
drop 10 times that much in
Yeah.
a weekend, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So, I
and
mean-
what a great experience for the horse, because you're going to get exposed to so much,
Yeah.
and yet be at your level that makes you comfortable with people who are, you know, you're able to say, hey, I'm green, like I was,
Yeah.
and I'm able, and then I was ready. I'm ready for the next now.
Yeah, I know it. We'll move you on up.
Move me on up. I had such a great time. So
yeah,
it
I'm
was
so
amazing.
glad you came out. We've
Oh,
been
me
trying
too.
for months to get
I
you out
know, well,
here.
I'm glowing now. I'm like, okay, no excuses not to make time,
Yeah.
both for Good Apple Equine to get me tired. I think I'll be back for some more, and then coming out to Misty Morning Hounds
Yeah.
just to have this amazing experience.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, you are welcome.
I literally talked to you over there and had tears in my eyes.
I know.
And
I know
that's
it.
such a blessing. And then the blessing. I mean, blessing the hounds and the whole putting
St. Hubert's Mills.
Yes, yeah. Actually, I had
Yours
mine.
is in.
Yeah. So just having
The
that
ceremony
blessing.
is all part of it. You know, that's the big thing about opening meet. You know, there's so much pomp and circumstance, but it's
Invite
tradition.
God in,
and,
right?
I mean, it just
Yeah.
stands the hair up on my arms.
Got to have the Almighty.
Yeah,
And then it
that's
all
right.
goes perfect, right?
Yep. Mhm.
Thank you.
All right.
Alexis, so
Thank you.
much. I'm
Uh-huh.
so blessed
I'm
and
thrilled you
thankful
got
to
out.
be here. Me too. Louisa Barton for the Horse Talk Show and the Equus Television Network at Misty Morning Hounds and Clothed. Please check out Good Apple Equine because they are spot on for everything you need.
We're a unique, tough breed. We work long, hard hours making sure your horses are healthy and properly shod because, well, we farriers know horses perform better when they're properly shod and healthy. You want quality horse products, supplements, and farrier supplies at affordable prices, and you won't settle for anything less.
TT Distributors is dedicated to quality horse products, supplements, and farrier supplies at affordable prices. Racehorse or a pasture pony, TT Distributors has what you need. 7715 West Highway 40, Ocala.
At Palm Chevrolet in Ocala, our customers say it best.
Oh, the prices were great. They were actually unbeatable.
Thanks, Miss Delara. At Palm Chevy, we do our best to give you our best price and payment without the games. And our entire team is committed to making your experience in sales or service pleasant and hassle-free.
It's been a pleasure doing business around here.
Thanks, Mr. Hars, and we think you'll agree. Visit us today at Palm Chevrolet, Southwest College Road in Ocala, or at palmchevrolet.com. Find new roads.
Love presents itself in so many ways. It can be difficult to describe the bond between human and horse because it really transcends words. As we prepare for each ride, the most important thing in our mind is our horse's health and safety. Are we playing our part in this remarkable relationship? We want to go to sleep every night knowing that we did everything in our power to preserve this special bond. Piranha Animal Health, for the love of the horse.
World-class equine rehab promoting faster recovery is available at the Equine Performance Centre Ocala. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy, an underwater treadmill, a saltwater spa, an aquapacer, MagnaWave, a vibration plate, swimming pool, massage and laser therapies. With post-surgical care, memberships, packages and BOGOs. EPC delivers a rejuvenated horse through proven and innovative rehab. Like Equine Performance Centre now on Facebook and find them on the web at epcrehab.com. The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital.
This is Charlotte Cannon, and you are listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the Horse Talk Show, presented by Palm Chevrolet.
Your hometown Chevy experience.
Thank you to Larson Farms, our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
I'm Louisa Barton.
I'm Dancing Pete Rhoda.
And we're going to continue along the theme of somewhat of the hunting. I just want to say, whatever breed or discipline you ride in, if you love to go out in the beautiful countryside and have a really good time with a bunch of other people who are having a good time too, this is a great experience for your horse. Go ahead and check out Misty Morning Hound and get involved. They've got about 30 plus hunts coming up over this hunt season, and you definitely need to go at least once and try it. It's such a great experience. Absolutely beautiful scenery, wonderful horses.
Just to see the house.
Just to see the house. But before we switch to Georgia from Good Apple, I just want to start mentioning something that's part of my day job, which is the Chamber's Equine Initiative presented by Piranha Animal Health. And this is the What Would You Like to Be when you grow up. Horse Capital Industry Jobs Coloring Book. This is going into the hands of every single child in public school in Marion County the first week in January.
Woo-hoo.
So we are very, very excited about it. I want to thank Piranha Animal Health for being the big supporter of the equine initiative, because we have too many children who do not get to be around horses and do not know about all of the jobs, whether they're hands-on jobs with horses or jobs that don't require like photography or being an artist or being in media. There's so many moving parts to the industry. So we really want all of our young children to know about it. There is a teacher page in the front for the child to put the name of their teacher and their name and actually bring this in for extra credit. So it's not just going to go home and go in the rubbish. And we are looking for people who would like to be sponsors or would like to make donations to the foundation, which is a 501c3, to help us get this off the ground. The first printing is probably about 30,000 copies, but we would like to print more. So we are going to keep mentioning this to you in the hope that people will want to get involved, because we think this is so important that children learn about the equine industry and how many jobs there are that they could be part of when they grow up. So we're very excited about this. You're going to see more and more of this in the coming months. We're now going to take it to Georgia from Good Apple. Here she is. Louisa Barton here for the Horse Talk Show and the Equus Television Network, and I am visiting with a very good friend I've had for absolutely years. She didn't know I was in her store yesterday, but I was for a very important shopping event that was super important to me. I'm here with Georgia, and I was visiting a Good Apple Equine consignment store yesterday, which, by the way, there's no better place if you need to be very quickly attired properly for an event like I was today. Georgia, dear friend of mine, lovely to have you with us.
Thank you.
But I was so glad I could go in and get like a name brand, beautiful, tailored, gorgeous jacket. Looked like it was made for me.
This is your fit.
And by the way, let me just strip for a moment to say, who finds riding pants that fit them like this?
Exactly.
I mean, can I just give you a twirl, please, Sydney, my wonderful videographer today? I mean, seriously.
I know, look, I bought this shirt in here.
Well, I know, I tried to rob it from you this morning.
I could have sold this shirt 14 times this morning.
I'm sure you could, because I would have taken it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about Good Apple and about what you have to offer your customers.
So Good Apple, I think, is just an amazing way for us to regenerate their, use tack and just anything from any discipline. My biggest problem is saddle fitting for a start. We just really care about the horse and the horse's back and the care, the fitting of the rider. And I'm really not offended if you don't buy the saddle from me. I would put you in the right direction with some amazing saddle fitters that we have here in town. And just being a huge part of the community so that we can reuse items. We are a lot stricter now on the quality and the condition of items, because we know the marketplace now and what people are willing to spend their money in. And if it's a little bit more used, then we take in, we donate to some fabulous therapeutic riding schools.
I love that.
Here in town, which I love, and they're a big part of my heart.
That's so wonderful. Well, I can tell you, and for folks that have gone in and looked for items, and honestly, I have to admit, yesterday when I went, I was like, I may only wear this once, but now I'm like so sucked into Misty Morning Hounds and my day here that I think I may not only just wear this again, but I might need more outfits, so I'll probably be back. But how nice it is to be able to go in and get a stock tie, a jacket, and a pair of breeches, by the way, for $120, when really one of those items might be twice that much anywhere else.
Exactly, just your breeches alone,
just your breeches.
In the store.
I know. Yeah. And to find a fit that fit me, lots of choices and price ranges, names and not. The options are endless.
Yeah.
So for me, it was a lovely feeling. I can go in there and get everything I need for around $100. If I only come once, it's not the end of the world. But if I come back, then I'll need more outfits. Perhaps you can help.
Exactly. And I do have to do a big shout out to the girls that work with me as well in the store. I couldn't do it without them. They make the store look so beautiful. It looks like a boutique in places.
I have to say.
And they take really good care of me. And then obviously Valerie, we all know, she does an incredible job with the website. And like I said, it's a team and we work so well together, and it's a beautifully oiled machine now.
It is indeed. Saddles, bridles, you name it.
Oh, blankets. It's blanket season now.
Oh my goodness, yeah, because we're about to have cold weather, right?
Yeah, and they're so beautifully organized. We have them all color-coded and sized and clean, and our bridles are all coded by color, our bits wall, amazing library, old books. Really
Can I just say that if you are thinking in the next month or so about Christmas shopping for your horse friend and you don't know what to get, I promise you there are things in there that you can gift without needing to know anything about horses except that people love them. Because in there's everything from coffee cups and gadgets and neat little historic,
it's really
vintage,
unique.
everything you can think of in there. So if you have a horse friend and you don't know what to buy for, I would see Georgia.
Yep, that sounds great. We'd
So a
love to
little
have
bit
you.
of horse heaven in there for me, and very easy. Can I say I came in, I think I picked up 2 pairs of breeches, maybe 3 jackets, and was in and out in there in 30 minutes with the perfect fit.
Yeah,
and
no, I
felt
think you
today
did super well.
Like, oh, I'm good. I look like I do this all the time.
Yeah, no, you look fabulous.
Georgia, so how do we find you? So in Ocala, the horse capital of the world, we can find you on web, Facebook, and in Ocala, of course.
Yes, we are right there on 60th Avenue on Airport Road, just up from the wonderful Tack Shack and round the corner from Seminole Feeds, in the same plaza as FedEx.
Easy to find.
Easy to find. Now
And
we're next to, oh my gosh, I've always said, somebody needs to put a coffee shop next to me on this perfect piece of land, and now we have Eliano's, so now I'm bankrupt. So you have to come and support me so I can buy coffee.
So you can buy Eliano's. Oh my goodness, I never thought of that. That's great.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
so we're right next door to Eliano's.
That's perfect. Lovely. And they can also find you online.
Yes, we have www.goodappleequine.com.
And you can buy online as well. So they have everything from saddles to girths to socks to, yes, and they, believe it or not, I went up fully prepared to pay full price for what I had picked up and found out that my items were on sale. So it was like double blessing. So I was in good hands. So
This even has that velvet collar. It's a gorgeous jacket.
I was like, where do I find anything this lovely?
Yeah.
So truly blessed to have been able to go in there and find exactly what I needed in a very short period of time. So if you haven't checked out Good Apple Equine, you must do it, especially if you're coming to Misty Morning Hounds.
Yeah,
which
this
was
is fabulous.
Wasn't it an amazing experience today? And then, you know, Georgia happened to be in the tally-ho wagon and just happened to be available to be videographer for me along with Sydney, who has been absolutely
She was riding my
phenomenal.
horse.
And she was riding your horse. So isn't it a small world, and aren't we blessed that we're all surrounded by such amazing people?
Yeah.
No better place than Ocala, Marion County, the horse capital of the world, for everything you need and a good time. If you haven't checked out Misty Morning Hounds, you need to check them out too, as well as Good Apple Equine. Louisa Barton for the Horse Talk Show and the Equus Television Network, here with a very dear friend of mine, Georgia.
Love you.
Smash Wraps creates business fleet and storefront interior and exterior solutions. Don't just wrap it, smash wrap it. SmashWraps.com.
At Palm Chevrolet in Ocala, our customers say it best.
Oh, the prices were great. They were actually unbeatable.
Thanks, Miss Delara. At Palm Chevy, we do our best to give you our best price and payment without the games. And our entire team is committed to making your experience in sales or service pleasant and hassle-free.
It's been a pleasure doing business around here.
Thanks, Mr. Hars, and we think you'll agree. Visit us today at Palm Chevrolet, Southwest College Road in Ocala, or at palmchevrolet.com. Find new roads.
It's time to fight back against summer sores with K-Well's Red Repel, healing and soothing, a lava-slaying ointment of justice, powered by zinc and nature's sass. Safe for all horses, even drama queens, gentle enough for the face. Your horse deserves skincare too, long-lasting and non-toxic. A bonus, buy a copper curry brush or Red Repel and receive a free in-store K-Well sample of your choice in Ocala at Seminole Feed Stores, TD Distributors and OBS. Discover more at kwellusa.com. K-Well, strength by nature.
This show is brought to you in part by Seminole Feed Stores, family owned since 1934. Manufacturing fixed formula horse feeds with mindful monitoring and quality ingredients right here in Ocala in an all-natural, non-medicated feed mill. Seminole Feed, simply the world's best and safest feed. Like them on Facebook now or find them at SeminoleFeed.com.
DAC Vitamins and Minerals has been making a world of difference for 35 years. Do you know what sets DAC apart? We use chelation minerals from Alltech, which allows for better absorption. DAC is the only supplement company Alltech provides ingredients for. We have our nutritionist, Performance Horse Nutrition, NASP, which is the quality seal, which guarantees our products and ensures our use of quality ingredients. DAC gives you a guaranteed analysis in every 1 ounce scoop, a 60-day money-back guarantee. Doesn't your partner deserve the best? Visit feeddac.com.
The Larson family has been farming hay in Idaho for generations with a mission to always provide high-quality hay products at a fair and reasonable price. Larson Hay loves to meet new customers while always honoring the ones they already have. Find Larson Hay on the web at larsonhay.com, like them on Facebook, and definitely visit one of their locations. Larson Hay, Idaho's finest alfalfa, and our television broadcast sponsor. The Horse Talk Show broadcasts from the CEP's Equine Studios in downtown Ocala in the horse capital.
Hello, I'm Chris Cox, and you're listening to the Horse Talk Show.
Back on the Horse Talk Show, last segment for this week, presented by Palm Chevrolet.
Your hometown Chevy experience.
Thank you to Larson Farms. They're our television broadcast sponsor.
Idaho's finest alfalfa.
I'm Louisa Barton.
I'm Dancing Pete Rhoda.
And we are going to take you to Dancing Pete Rhoda's Horsemanship Tip of the Week.
Dancing Pete's Tip of the Week, brought to you by Complimentary Horsemanship.
Okay, before we get started.
Oh, yes, that's right.
I brought my present for my birthday.
You got ticklish feet? These are Pete's new socks, painted by a horse, and Tricia sent them from Heartworks, and
So
Pete
thank
loves
you.
them. Yes.
So today's
Thank you, Tricia.
Thank you. So today's tip of the week is juggling 3 concepts at a time. So I call them juggling balls. So when you juggle concepts, most humans can only juggle about 3 concepts. So the first one I always start with is focus, fair, and follow through. So do you have a focus so the horse can follow it? Then are you being fair? Are you starting off as light as possible? And then are you also being fair by following through? So if you ask the horse to turn or go forward and you don't follow through, you're not really being fair. And that's the hard part for a lot of people to understand is the horse doesn't like it that you sit there and you threaten that I'm gonna spank you or I'm gonna do this. They want you to promise it so that then it becomes lighter and they go, oh, I'd love to go forward when you ask. So those are the 3 concepts. And then as you get those 3 concepts, we put them in their own container and then you juggled that with 2 new concepts. So that's how I explain horsemanship for juggling concepts.
I'm good at juggling.
You're good at juggling?
You already know that.
Juggling your schedule?
Yeah, juggling life. Hard enough.
And if you have a horse, you probably have a dog.
At least one, right? Here's Neil from Ocala Dog Ranch. The Horse Talk Show goes to the dogs at Ocala Dog Ranch.
Neil Hennessy, the owner of Ocala Dog Ranch. Puppy raising. My sister in England raises puppies. She's never had an old dog because she raises puppies for the blind. So what she does is she takes the dog from when it's a baby all the way through to 18 months, and then the dog has found a home with somebody that needs help with the blind dog or a dog for the blind. Once again, it's a great way to give back to the community. You get a dog. If you like puppies, you have a puppy forever. And at the end of the dog's life, when it's worked for the blind people, that you are first in line to get on the list to adopt that dog. There's a wonderful organization on the west coast of Florida that does blind dogs, so check it out. Give back to the community, help a blind person raise a puppy for them. Neil Hennessy, the owner of Ocala Dog Ranch.
And hey, since we're talking about Neil, there's no coincidences, you know? Heather and Jeremy Reynolds, who are still here with us, took their dog there, right?
Yeah.
We did. We took 3 dogs there.
Yeah.
3 dogs.
We took a cattle dog, an Anatolian Shepherd, and a Chihuahua.
And the livestock dog did the
lure course.
The lure course, which he loved.
Amazingly well.
Yeah,
really fast, really agile. For an Anatolian to do that, I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And he set it up just for him. He's like, "Are you sure he's even going to do it?" "Oh, yes, he's done it before. He's going to love it."
Yeah.
And then the cattle dog was jumping in our friend's pool, like pretty big. So we thought, "Oh, let's try the dock diving with him."
And he loved it.
Yeah,
had a good time.
He was amazing. He had so much fun. And the Chihuahua just sat around and watched. And went, "This is all silly."
He did bark and cheer.
Yeah, he did. He did. He cheered.
Don't put me in there.
It was a great time.
Yeah,
it's
really
great.
cool setup. Yeah.
I know they offer everything from training, boarding, daycare, the lure coursing. They have the barn hunts,
The dock diving.
yes, which actually they just recently had that at work, and they have the traveling dock, you know, that they can take to events and all that. It's so fun.
Yeah.
And they take great care of my dogs when I'm away, so I don't have to worry about anything, which is really a added bonus. So. But it's so nice that you shared that with us because it fit. It was perfect.
Yeah.
So, hey, they've checked it out. You should check it out. We're getting up to that time of year now where we're really into the heavy show season. Not that it slows down much in Ocala anymore, but all the famous people are back in town. So we thought this was an ideal time to talk about RVs. Here is Pat Myers from Pat Myers Electric with your safety tip of the week.
At Pat Myers Electric, we're constantly training to be our absolute best. For all your current barn needs. Hey there, Pat with Pat Myers Electric, the spark of Ocala, keeping horses and homes happy and safe with your tip of the week. So today I would like to talk about RV safety and making sure that your RV is ready for use. So my first tip is making sure that the circuit is rated for the RV that's going to be parked there. Whether it's a 30 amp or a 50 amp, that the wire is rated to handle that load. Second, we want to ensure that the outlet, the enclosure, and the cover are all functioning properly and are in good shape, making sure that that cover can close while it's plugged in. And lastly, making sure that that cord is in good working order as well. There's no frays or cuts or breaks in the wire where people can get hurt while using it. If you need help making sure your electrical system for your RV is in good shape, call Pat Myers Electric, serving all your current needs.
I want to stop on all these topics just for a minute because I want to honor and celebrate our veterans. This week has been a big week. Sunday was Remembrance Day in England with the poppies, and the 11th, Veterans Day. So we just want to say, whether you are still serving or you have served in any of our military, we honor you, we thank you, we are grateful to you. We would not have our freedom without you. So
thank you.
Yes, happy Veterans Week, really, because as I said, Remembrance Day was celebrated big in England on Sunday, and of course Veterans Day here, and I think just recently it was Marines' birthday as well. So big time honoring all of our military. We're so grateful to every single one of you. This is the big week for Piranha Animal Health.
Whoop, whoop.
Yep, they have their annual Family Foundation Golf Tournament, November 14th at the Country Club of Ocala. If you're listening on Saturday morning on the Sky, you missed it, but there's always next year. This is in its 4th year. They've raised over $100,000 for charities. Every single penny from this that they raise goes to charity, which is amazing. Gentle Carousel Miniature Therapy Horses and Canines for Warriors are the charities that are awarded money. This is a phenomenal event. If you can get involved next year to being a sponsor, putting a team together, the gala in the evening is great
dancing.
fun. There's dancing, yes. So Piranha Family Foundation do so much for our community and far beyond. So we say thank you so much to them for that. In December, which is just around the corner, folks, December 12th to the 14th, we absolutely love this event. I've been doing this for like 10 years at the Florida Horse Park, and this is the Thoroughbred Transformation Expo. What I love about this is it doesn't matter how long the horse has been off the track, there is an event for everybody to get involved and to get their thoroughbreds trying all sorts of different sports. And this is absolutely wonderful, wonderful event that Laureen puts together with $25,000 in prize money and awards. That's at the Florida Horse Park, December 12th to the 14th. One of our wonderful therapeutic riding centres here, Stirrups and Strides, is having their Happy Days Sock Hop. This is their annual fundraiser for therapeutic riding.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah. Pete, when is it?
I don't know. I don't have my glasses on.
December 6th, they have silent auction. They have raffle prizes. They're always looking for donations and help. You can get a table, tickets, and that is at the Mary Sue Rich Centre.
5 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Well done.
Thank you.
The Children's Charity Classic is just around the corner as well, February 20th at Horse Shows in the Sun. That's at HITS. They are now accepting sponsors, anybody that wants to get involved. This is absolutely fantastic, fun jumping event. And this
is that the Halloween one?
That's the dress up in the
in the different costumes.
Yes, when they choose which group you're in. Children's Charity Classic, that will be at HITS again. This is their second year that United Way have run that event. It's absolutely an awesome event to go and watch. We got to wrap it up. Can't believe we're at the end. Whether you're in Ocala, Marion County, the horse capital of the world,
or not,
happy horsing around till the same time next week.
See ya.